So recently I've been under the impression that lots of people who play Rainbow Six have the opinion that Jackal is a subpar operator, especially since the introduction of other tracking operators like Dokkaebi and Lion. And today in this video I'd like to explain to you why I think that's just not the case, and why Jackal is still perfectly relevant in Year 3. The first point I'd like to address is the opinion that Jackal is a subpar operator when compared to other tracking operators like Dokkaebi or Lion. And while Dokkaebi and Lion are both great operators that have their own unique set of advantages and disadvantages, I feel that Jackal is too the same, in that he's an operator with his own set of unique challenges, advantages, and disadvantages. The challenge in using Jackal, however, comes off as a bit odd to me because it somewhat requires two separate sets of knowledge working in tandem with one another to create a truly effective Jackal player. The first is a no-brainer for every good Rainbow Six player, and very easy to acquire. Map knowledge. You can't stalk and eliminate roamers if you don't know the common spots and routes they like to skulk and travel. The second is where things get tricky and somewhat strange. You need to know how roamers think and play. This comes off to me as a bit odd because Jackal is the only attacking operator I can think of who requires knowledge of the conventional roles of the defending team in order to play well. It certainly fits, seeming as that Jackal is a hunter of sorts, and that a hunter would need to know his prey to most efficiently track and capture them, or in this case, eliminate. This can make Jackal difficult and daunting to play for even more experienced Rainbow Six players because, as stated, since he is a roamer hunter, he literally has to hunt the hunters who are hunting the attacking team. And during this, Jackal is at a huge disadvantage. He has to risk spawn peaks on certain maps just to get to the building. Then he has to get inside the building, likely making a lot of noise in the process and alerting the defending team to his location. Then, the most difficult part, he has to hunt the roamers who are likely hunting him at the same time. However, despite all of this, I think that Jackal is still a superb operator, because a good Jackal player can make the enemy team's roamers afraid to roam, lest they leave stray footprints in the wrong place and be subject to a very high-stakes game of cat and mouse, and this gives your team a huge advantage in the long term. Another plus for Jackal is that Jackal's weapons are also quite good. His assault rifle is very accurate, has a very fast reload, and only does 2 less damage than Capital's Para 308, while sporting a higher rate of fire. His SMG is just as good, sacrificing about 12 points of damage per shot for 20 extra bullets in a magazine, useful for prolonged gunfights or for spraying through walls. This is also not to mention his breaching capabilities, with a secondary shotgun to create kill holes, open hatches, or breach windows and floors, on top of breach charges or smoke grenades to cover a position or support a fellow glass. He also synergizes very well with Lion, almost in parallel to how IQ and Dokkaebi synergize together. A Lion scan on top of an Inox scan means almost certain elimination for any roamer caught close enough within the scan time of Lion's EE1D. But if Jackal is so good, why aren't more people using him? Well, personally, I think he's overlooked because the general consensus among the Rainbow Six Siege community, at least in my experience, is that he just isn't as useful as other operators, and that's why I'm making this video, to show that he certainly is a valid pick and good contribution to any team. But what do you think? Is Jackal a lackluster operator in need of some tweaking by the Rainbow Six dev team, or is he really a hidden gem with a niche but very powerful and underrated ability? Be sure to tell me all of your thoughts in the comments, and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. With that being said, I will see you later.